for us women to wrap our brains around their methods. There are many situations where you and your husband have different approaches, like handling finances or child rearing, lovemaking, the myriad everyday things, kitchen cleanup, car maintenance, retirement planning, laundry, where you might see the world differently than he does. One way to cope is to decide that your way is right and his way is wrong. You can be outwardly tolerant about this, rolling your eyes only at yourself when the bathroom sink is still dirty and the floor is covered with the dust bunnies. But when the stakes seem high, it's pretty hard to keep your superiority complex under wraps. After all, it could result in higher tax bill, disappointing kids, or damaged cars if you don't show him how to do things the right way, your way. It starts out innocently enough with a suggestion. If he washed the whites in hot water instead of warm water, they'd come out cleaner. You just say, you're just being helpful, right? Because you happen to know better in this instance. But so much of what we consider helpful in wife language actually comes across as critical to your husband. What he hears is, I don't like your way. You should do it my way. Let's say your husband grunts and accommodates your suggestions, but goes back to his old ways the next time he starts the laundry. You might decide to remind him again, thinking he just forgot. What's harm in that? Most women don't see any, but most men do. They would consider that exchange emasculating and think of you as a nag. In 2012, the Wall Street Journal ran an article called Meet the Marriage Killer by Elizabeth Bernstein about how nagging wives cause more divorces than affairs do. I thought of my own marriage when we were on the brinks of divorce, and I have to admit, we were a great example of that. I was causing all the damage. There was no need for another woman to entice my husband because I was already ruining it all by myself. But what was also disturbing about this article was that they had experts give suggestions on how to stop nagging, but weirdly, the suggestions were just variations of nagging that would not help create better intimacy or get things done. Here's one suggestion from the article. Explain why your request is important to you. I worry about our finances when you pay the bills late. We can't afford to pay late fees. Here's how I know that's bad advice. I've tried it myself, repeatedly. And it got me wall-to-wall hostility. Not promptly pay bills and a grateful peck on the cheek like I imagined. I'm not sure if it was the part where I implied that I didn't trust him to be responsible that irritated him, or the part where I explained what a late fee is and why I didn't want to pay one, as if that wasn't terribly disrespectful. Either way, indulging my anxiety and doubting him instead of remembering that I married a man that's smart and capable didn't serve either of us.